Assalamualaikum students. Today's session is regarding quadratic inequalities. We have already done the linear inequalities, which we find it quite easier just to solve the equations, inequalities like the equations by shifting the numbers to the one side and the other side. And we can decide that how many number of answers are available for a linear inequality. But today we are going to discuss how do we deal with the quadratic inequalities. As we know, normally we are having four sort of inequalities with us: less than equal to, greater than, and greater than or equals to. Let us just take an example, the first one, which is x squared plus 7x plus 10 less than or equals to 0. First of all, you don't need to be worried. You just have to use the calculator to find the solution of this quadratic equation. By using mod 53 as it is available in your calculators, by placing the value of coefficient of x square equals to 1, coefficient of x is 7 and the constant is 10. We get the two answers, minus 2 and minus 5 over here. As we have already discussed that for the quadratic equations, if this is positive, the curve is going to be like this. Now, since this curve crosses the x-axis at these 2 points, so the shape is going to be like this, where minus 2 is over here, minus 5 is over here. Since we are looking for less than or equals to 0, means below the x-axis, we can see over here some blue dots which are showing all the values which are lower than x-axis. That means these are the values where this equation is having a negative answer, less than 0. Now if you see that all these blue dots are lying between minus 5 and minus 2. So all of these values are on the right side of minus 5 and on the left side of minus 2. And as we know, the right side numbers are greater and left side numbers are smaller. So all these values are actually greater than minus 5 and smaller than minus 2. So we can join them in the inequality that minus 5 less than or equals to x and x is less than or equals to minus 2. That means x is lying between minus 5 and minus 2. If we change this inequality, which is less than or equals to just less than, we don't need to be worried. We'll change only the solution a little bit. This equality line will be finished over here. And we'll see that all the values between minus 2 and minus 5, they are included in this. You know that the only difference is here that here minus 2 is included, here minus 2 is not included. Here minus 5 is included, here minus 5 is not included. Let us take another example. This was for the less than or equals to. If we take the same equation for greater than or equals to, what's going to happen? As we know, same equation is there, so same point of intersections are there. Minus 5 and minus 2 lying on the left side of y-axis. Now we are looking for the greater values. Greater values means above x-axis. And we have mentioned a few blue dots above the x-axis. And if you see, all of these dots are actually lying on the left of x equals to 5, left side. And as we know, the left side numbers are smaller. So we can say x is smaller than or equals to minus 5. Similarly, these blue dots are lying on the right side of minus 2. And if you see, for your convenience, you can mark over here that this is the line x equals to minus 2. So the right side is greater than minus 2. Similarly, you can mark over here that this is the line x equals to minus 5 and all the line points are on the left side of this line, so x is smaller than or equals to minus 5. Similarly, if we finish this line over here, that means we will be deciding only for the greater than 0, so we'll change just the solution. Removing this line, equality line, that means all the values below minus 5 and greater minus 2 are there. Let us take one more example but the other way out. Let us see that how does it behave when the curve is upside down. If the curve is upside down, this is 4 minus 7x and minus 2x squared. It says this is less than or equals to 0. First of all, we'll be looking for the roots. Mod 5, 3, and we have coefficient of x square as minus 2, coefficient of x is minus 7, and constant is 4. So we'll get x equals to half and x is equals to minus 4. Now let's see how the curve behaves. Now this is minus 4 and half. Minus 4 means somewhere lying on this side and half means somewhere lying on this side. So since this is negative, so the curve is going to be like this, passing from minus 2 and 1 by 2. Now we are actually looking for less than or equals to 0. So we have the values as we decided before that these values must be lying below the x-axis, negative values below the x-axis. So all the points which are mentioned in the blue dots here, and similarly on the other side, these blue dots are showing that these are the values on the curve which are below the x-axis. And if you see, as we mentioned before, that this is a line which is x is equals to half, and this is a line which is x equals to minus 4. So the solution is going to be, since this is lying on the left side of x equals to minus 4, so x is less than or equals to minus 4, and this is lying on the right side of half, so x is going to be greater than or equals to half. Similarly, if we remove this, just we look for less than, so the answer will be a little bit changed, nothing else, that x is less than minus 4 and x is greater than half. I hope this is going to clarify you that how to deal with the different inequalities. Now, if we deal with the same inequality but for a greater sign, what's going to happen in that case? Let us see that how do we deal with this if the same is done with a greater than signs. Since it is now 4 minus 7x minus 2x squared greater than or equals to 0. Same equation is there, so same point of intersections. Same point of intersections, minus 4 and half. Now here we are looking for greater than or equals to 0. So it will be lying above x-axis. Blue dots are mentioning the area, the place, the region where these answers could be lying. And we see that these answers are lying between minus 4 and 1 by 2. So we can mention that the solution lies between minus 4 and 1 by 2. If this sign is removed, that means 4 minus 7x minus 2x squared is greater than 0. So the only change in the answer is going to be there, that it is minus 4, no equality will be mentioned, and this is going to be there. These are 4 sorts of inequalities. The quadratic one can be dealt like these. I hope this will make easier for you to understand how to deal with quadratic inequalities.